part 1, my mansion tour. Start off to say that the land and some other parts have been abandoned to a sense. Kind of lost interest in this one, but started this world, came to Xbox or Bedrock, and this is kind of what I started off with. So, kind of start with a exterior tour. As you can see, nothing much to the exterior wall that goes all the way around the mansion here. Was going to put a overhang across the entire wall, such as what is shown here, but decided that this project was no longer worth it in my opinion. And same with the landscaping. You can see I was starting to outline all the terrain changes, as well as add all of the flowers that I was going for this landscaping. But without further ado, I shall go into this, and we'll start with exterior, other than the wall that I've kind of showed, but goes all the way around. And so there's kind of the main entrance there. It goes into this mountain. We'll show that house in a later video. But I try to use a natural landscape as much as I could. Exaggerated something such as those waterfalls. Kind of see here. Obviously I've added those trees, and all these flowers were done with a mixture between bone meal and putting in all the different varieties in by hand. We'll just get a kind of a better overview. This is the back area here, kind of a back patio. This is my earlier building, kind of somewhat decent, but still a little sloppy and not perfect, but I think the overall mansion was fairly well done regardless. One thing that I know I've heard from a friend or two was that they like the roof pattern from above. That's the roof pattern. And also, I'd like to note that my entire world here is kind of a German World War II based thing. And so you'll see a lot of either German type architecture, a lot of overcomplications, and some other stuff that may be intended for more mature audiences later on. But this is kind of the gist of what, if you know the Balkenkreuz, you'll kind of understand, and we'll see in further architecture. But before I go inside, I will show this at night here. Once in, just show this quick. This is a little extra way to go up. Again, nothing fancy or too special for that, but show this at night quick. So you can kind of see the lighting. All the walls are obviously lit up. Go a little darker here. There we go. Alright. So I have it all lit up, as well as the roof, so it kind of has a nice glow in the night. This low pathway here goes down into a cave system. Or not, it's not important. Again, we'll show this kind of close up, get some more of the details here. And I would also mention that this mansion is going to be in 2 parts. So we're going to show the exterior and the above ground in this first part, and then in the second part we will show the underground portion. So now let's head in, and one thing I decided to do for whatever reason is have a trap all the way down that would lead to pufferfish death, as well as I think if you try to break some of these blocks, they are silverfish blocks as well. But I have this in peaceful, so it's what happened there. We'll close this, and this is the front entrance here. And this is the first, or the ground floor. Again, it's going to be unfurnished. The bottom molding is kind of character of my earlier builds before I kind of changed, and obviously was going to have this as a where you could see from the second floor down to this room, but again I kind of abandoned this project more or less. Inside these pillars were going to be bathrooms. I know I have one completed bathroom down in the underground portion of this, but that will be shown in part 2. This portion here with the little raise was going to be the kitchen originally, and this room is pretty much a mirror. And all this entire mansion was done all by hand. I did not use command blocks or structure blocks or anything like that, because I don't think they existed, and if they did, I did not know about them, nor did I know how to use them at the time. So everything here was hand placed, no copy paste or anything like that. And then we'll go up to the second floor. Pretty much a mirror of the first, just a little slight different around. Ceilings are pretty much the same. This is the second floor. Then bathrooms would be in each of these pillars. This room here is just a storage room. Try to use up all the space I could, or not so much a storage room as a view. You can kind of see out. And that side's pretty much the same. Then we'll go to the third floor, which is right under the roof. And this is perhaps a little messy, but not fully finished. Like I could have used slabs or something to help ease in the transition of these corners. But again, as I said, this project was more or less abandoned. These are those side rooms under the roofs. These were going to also be some type of bedroom or something like that. One thing that I did is more or less a little secret. Well, one thing I did a little secret. So this is a 3-story waterfall. However, if you go all the way up, there's a secret little fourth story area. It's kind of a raised attic hidden, some beds. And each little corner has its own cubby space. This is right at the tip of the roof. So we will go back down here through the waterfall. This is what it's kind of on the bottom there for that. And then the last thing we will show in part 1 here is the working elevator down to the lower floor. So if we come down here, have a working elevator. So currently it is down, so I need to call it up. And it takes about 20-30 seconds or so for it to get up here. As a backup, I do have a stairs that go all the way down. But we will show that, and here comes the elevator. So you can hear. There it is. And so now we will go down. This was before the honey blocks, so had to do this way. And I also painstakingly made sure there was a pattern here with this terracotta. This was absolutely horrible to make, and after doing this elevator was probably the last thing I did before I abandoned this project, more or less. But this leads down to the basement, which we will get into part 2. But since this little thing here is part of the elevator, this is the emergency exit in case you do accidentally fall down the elevator shaft and survive. If it's on survival, you can come over here, and this will be the exit to the main hall. And for the stairs from before, forget where, oh yes, I remember. Had them come out, nope, not here. It's gonna be over there, which we'll just go back up the elevator and I'll, I think I forgot something, but go back up. And I was going to make a second elevator on the opposite side, so kind of mirrored each other. However, as much of a pain as this one was, I did not want to have to do all that the entire other side by hand. And again, this was before I knew structure blocks existed, or if they even existed at the time, so I couldn't just copy and paste the whole section. But I did mine it all out by hand without using the fill commands as well. So yeah, here you can see the empty elevator shaft of an elevator that will probably never be. Again, this is the stairs just going down. Nothing too special. Then to wrap up this video, I'll give one more exterior view. I'll probably look at a little closer at the walls here in case anyone sees designs or anything. So, or any designs that they like. I mean, this is a pretty basic design, nothing much to it. This is some of the windows here. Show these again. And yes, before anyone says, I know I said this was a World War II type theme before, and this is more of the modern day German flag. However, the Weimar Republic flag didn't look as good as this modern version of it did in its current position. So that is why you see this. So it kind of takes some liberties here and there on the whole thing, but still all works and fits together. And then that is another part as well that we will get into another video. That will start a village, as well as you may have noticed it before, portion of a castle I started and put on hold for now over on that side. But other than that, I will end this video here.